Hello, dear friends. This is the story of a man who lived in a room full of things, yet felt empty inside. It began with one small drawer and ended with a life set free. Aaron lived in a small apartment on the fourth floor of an old brick building. It had one bedroom, one bathroom, and a living room with a small kitchen in the corner. When he moved in 5 years ago, it felt open and comfortable. The sunlight came through the windows in the afternoon, and there was space for everything he owned. But now, things were different. Every surface was covered with something. The sofa had a pile of clothes on it. The coffee table was full of magazines, half-finished crossword puzzles, and remote controls for devices he barely used. In the kitchen, plates, cups, and pans were stacked high. There were boxes of snacks that had expired months ago. Even the bedroom closet was so full that Aaron avoided opening it. Didn't know exactly how it had happened. Maybe it started when he bought a second-hand guitar that he never learned to play, or maybe it was when he found a great deal on a set of speakers that didn't actually fit anywhere. Each week, he added just one or two things, a t-shirt, a mug, a new gadget, until, slowly, the apartment became crowded. Aaron didn't think about it much. He told himself, "It's not that bad, I can still walk around." But deep down, the mess made him feel tired. He often stayed at work longer than necessary, just to avoid coming home. One Saturday morning, Aaron's cousin Maya came over. She was in town for the weekend and wanted to catch up. When Aaron opened the door, Maya stepped inside and looked around, her eyebrows lifted. "Wow," she said slowly. "You've got a lot of stuff here." Aaron laughed awkwardly. "Yeah, I guess it's a bit messy." "A bit?" Maya said, picking up a plastic bag from the floor. "What's even in here?" Aaron shrugged. "I don't know, old cables, maybe." Maya walked to the kitchen. "And why are there 5 toasters on your counter?" "They're not all toasters," Aaron said defensively. "One is a sandwich maker, and I thought I lost the first toaster, so I bought another one." And then Maya held up her hand. "Okay, stop. This is exactly like those shows about people who hoard things." "I'm not a hoarder," Aaron said. "I just keep stuff." "Yeah," Maya said. "And it's keeping you from having space to breathe." Aaron frowned. "It's not that simple. I can't just throw everything out." "You don't have to," Maya said. "Just start small. Pick one drawer, clean it out. See how it feels." Aaron shook his head. "One drawer isn't going to change anything." Maya smiled. "Maybe not, but it might change how you feel about the rest." After Maya left, Aaron sat on the couch. He looked around. The mess felt overwhelming. There was no way he could clean the whole apartment in a day or even a week. But one drawer? Maybe. He walked to the cabinet under the TV. The top drawer was jammed. He pulled it hard until it opened. Inside were batteries, some leaking, phone chargers for phones he no longer owned, dried up pens, old receipts, and a small box of coins from countries he had never visited. He sat on the floor and made 3 piles: keep, throw away, and not sure. Most things went into the throwaway pile. He felt a little lighter each time he dropped something in at the bottom of the drawer. He found a birthday card from his grandmother. It said, "Love you always, proud of you." Aaron smiled. That went in the keep pile when the drawer was empty. He wiped it with a cloth. For the first time in years, it closed smoothly. He stood up and looked at it. One clean drawer. It wasn't much, but it looked peaceful. The next morning, Aaron made coffee and, without thinking, opened another drawer. The one in the kitchen where he kept utensils, it was full of mismatched forks, knives, and spoons. He decided to clean it. 10 minutes later, he had only what he actually used, and the rest was in a donation box. Something about the clean drawers made him want more. That afternoon, he tackled the shelf above his desk. He threw away dried-up glue sticks, old receipts, and manuals for appliances he no longer had. By the end of the week, he had filled 3 bags for the garbage and 2 boxes for donation. Every time he finished an area, Aaron felt calmer. It was as if a small weight had lifted from his shoulders. The closet was the real challenge. When Aaron opened it, clothes fell out. Shoes were buried under bags of who knows. Wade almost closed the door again, but then he remembered how good it felt to see the clean drawers. It took 2 days. He tried on every piece of clothing. Some still fit, others were too small, too big, or too worn. He kept only the ones he liked and actually wore. At the bottom of the closet, he found a dusty box of old photographs. He sat on the floor for an hour, looking through them. Some he kept, others he scanned into his computer and let go of the originals. When the closet was done, Aaron stood in front of it, hands on his hips. He could see the floor. He could find things. It felt like breathing fresh air after a long time in a stuffy room. Decluttering became part of Aaron's weekends. Every Saturday, he chose a small area, a shelf, a corner, a box, and worked on it for 1 or 2 hours. He learned to ask himself, do I use this? Do I love this? Does it make my life better? If the answer was no to all 3, it went out. He also stopped buying things he didn't need. Before purchasing something, he asked, where will this live in my apartment? By the end of a month, Aaron's apartment looked completely different. Surfaces were clear. The kitchen counter had only 1 toaster. The sofa was a place to sit, not a storage area. But the biggest change was how Aaron felt. He slept better. He came home from work and actually wanted to be there. He started cooking simple meals because the kitchen was easy to use. Friends noticed too. When Maya visited again, she smiled wide. This is amazing, she said. See what 1 drawer can do. Aaron laughed. I guess you were right. With his space clear, Aaron found he had more mental energy. He started reading again, something he hadn't done in years. He invited friends over for dinner without feeling embarrassed. He even began sketching on weekends, using the desk that had been buried under clutter. The act of clearing his apartment had also cleared his mind. Sometimes change feels impossible because we see only the size of the whole problem. Aaron's apartment didn't transform in a day. It started with 1 drawer. Small victories build momentum. Each little action makes the next one easier. If your life feels crowded, whether it's your home, your schedule, or even your thoughts, start small. Choose 1 corner, 1 habit, or 1 task, and give it your attention. When you clear physical space, you also make room for peace, creativity, and joy. The secret is not speed, it's consistency. 1 drawer at a time can change everything. If you've ever felt overwhelmed by clutter or stuck in life, this story will inspire you to start small and keep going.